plans go wrong. Plans get hindered. You set out with one direction, and then you find out later on that you have to change up. So, what do we do about that? I'm going to be giving you some things that have helped me, because Lord knows my plans don't go as planned. I've been an event planner for 20 years, and I know that even the best laid plans always have some kind of a glitch, and so you prepare for that. Hope for the best, plan for the worst is what I usually do. And so that's what we do for our homeschool. In life, when I've got goals or things that I'm working on, something happens and I have to change course. And my first thing that I do, and I want to encourage you to do, is when you notice that something has gone awry or it doesn't seem to be working out, I practice the pause. And what that is just, okay, we're going to stop. We're going to take a look at everything. Sometimes people are that, I'm not going to give up. I'm going to keep going on this track and I'm going to plow right through it. And that's okay too, because sometimes that's what needs to happen. But even before you keep plowing through, I always say, let's just stop and take a pause and find out what is going on. Now, some things that are going on that I need to check is usually my expectations. That's the first thing I need to check. Maybe the plan hasn't failed. Maybe it's just your focus, your attitude about it. You need to have the right outlook to produce the right outcome. One of the verses that I really like is Psalm 62:5. My soul, wait thou only upon God, for my expectation is from him. Something else I learned from my workout coach that I think not only applies to, your health and fitness, but to just everyday life. And it is, allow yourself to be stretched. And when I was in my fitness class, there were 5 of us with a fitness coach. One of the things that we were doing when we were stretching, when you stretch, you start to feel pain, or you feel where that stretch is in that certain area. And what she would tell us is to lean into the stretch. Not to force it, but just to, when you're stretching, you start to feel the pain a little bit. You feel that stretch. You just talk about lean into it just a little bit. One other thing that she said too was also to breathe into the stretch. When you're breathing and you're getting oxygen and life into that area that is painful, and you're getting more oxygen into that area, and then you're expanding into that area and you're stretching it so that it can be able to handle more. So leaning into that stretch or leaning into the pain, into that pressure point, helps you in the long run to be able to stretch further, be able to take on more, to be able to go with the flow and be more flexible. Instead of asking yourself, why me? Ask yourself, what do I need to learn from this? Because there's always something to be learned from a trial or from the suffering. Someone once told me that God never wastes a trial, and I believe that. We may never see it immediately, but we may see it in the long run, many years down the road. Whenever things seem to fall apart for me, where things were rough growing up, or when things would get rough at home, I always would pull out my Bible and I would go to certain verses that were kind of a grounding point for me. And some of those verses I would like to share with you. Jeremiah 29:11, the NIV version of the Bible says, "For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord." I find comfort in that because He knows the plans. He has a purpose for me. And when I'm not quite sure where I'm supposed to go, I'm at a crossroads in my life, a crossroads with my indecisions or goals that I have to make, or what's going to happen next, I can just rest and know that the Lord has purpose for me and He's going to direct my steps. Proverbs 16:9 says, "A man's heart deviseth his way," which means a man's heart plans his course, "but the Lord directs his steps." So not only does the Lord have a purpose for me, He's going to direct my steps, and I can take comfort in that, and I can hold on to that promise when things seem to be falling apart and not working out. I also like Psalm 143, verse 8, and it says, "Let the morning bring me word of your unfailing love, for I have put my trust in you. Show me the way I should go, for to you I entrust my life." That's just a beautiful verse to me. The author is asking for direction. Show me the way I should go because I entrust my life to you. And he is doing it in the morning. So he's seeking the Lord first thing in the morning. Another verse is Isaiah 55, verses 8 through 9. "For my thoughts are not your thoughts, neither are your ways my ways, saith the Lord. For as the heavens are higher than the earth, so are my ways higher than your ways, and my thoughts than your thoughts." To me, I don't take that as condemnation. I take it as, hey, I'm up here, I see the big picture and you cannot. I see what's coming down the road. And my thoughts are not like yours. They're focused ahead. Yours are wandering. So whether we're dealing with daily disappointments or life-altering loss, disappointments can be the divine appointments our souls need to encounter God. I hope that that encourages you some for making some changes in your life, in your home, personally, mentally, physically, spiritually. And remember, when things get tough, things seem like they're falling apart, just hit that pause button and take a moment and reflect on what's going on. Hey y'all, I hope today's video was an encouragement and a help for you for when plans fall apart. If this was a blessing to you, bless someone else by sharing it. Also, don't forget to hit that like button because it does help the channel out. Until next time, y'all, stay sassy, but keep it classy.